this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
When it comes to advancing your education, you have more options than you think. At Rasmussen University, they find ways to remove barriers, not build them. Like a new laptop if you're eligible and enroll in select online or on-campus programs. That also means flexible and engaging online courses and resources, tuition savings options if you qualify, exceptional student support, and much more. Online nationally or check out their 20 campuses across 6 states. Start when you're ready and get support you need. Visit rasmussen.edu.
I'm Bailey Taylor, and this is It Girl. This podcast is all about going deeper with the women shaping culture right now. Yes, we will talk about the style and the success, but we are also talking about the pressure, the expectations, and the real work behind it all.
As a woman in the industry, you're always underestimated. So you have to work extra hard in a way that doesn't compromise who you are and your integrity. You know, I like to say I was kind of like a silent ninja.
Listen to It Girl with Bailey Taylor on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're trying to keep up with everything happening on and off the court, we've got you covered on the podcast Flagrant and Funny.
You want to start with the first question for the Big Ten Coach of the Year?
Oh, whatever.
Would you like to?
Yeah, sure.
So you're a Spartan. Is that what I'm getting?
Exactly. So whether your bracket is busted or you just want the real talk on what's happening during the tournament, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Flagrant and Funny with Carrie Champion and Jamel Hill, and listen now.
Presented by Capital One, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports.
I'm Lori Siegel, and on my new podcast, Mostly Human, I'll take you to some wild corners of the tech world.
I'm about to go on a date with an AI companion at a real-world cafe right here in New York City.
There's no playbook for what to do when an AI model hallucinates a story about you.
Mostly Human is your playbook for how tech can work for you.
Anyone can now be an entrepreneur. Anyone can build an app. And it's very empowering.
Listen to Mostly Human on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
I became a millionaire overnight and lost everything that actually mattered.
Hold on, Sophia. Did you just say they lost everything after becoming a millionaire?
That's right. And it gets worse. It's inheriting too much drama week on the OK Storytime podcast, so we'll find out soon. This person writes, I just inherited a fortune after losing my mom, and now my girlfriend's entire family is coming out of nowhere with their hands out. And my girlfriend is already giving my money away.
So the girl he wants to marry is already sending money out the door.
To find out how it ends, listen to the OK Storytime podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, sex, work, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. That's all you got to do. And you never know, your letter could be read live on the air, just like this one right here, right now.
Come on, nephew.
Buckle up, hold on tight. We got it for you, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, Junior. Subject, sexy and 70, but he stutters. Dear Stephen Shirley, I'm a 62-year-old female in a relationship with a 70-year-old man that is sexy as heck. He loves his tailored suits, and he's got that salt and pepper beard that drives me crazy. For years, he has pursued me, but he was in a relationship, so I didn't take him seriously. Most of our exchanges were over texts and for 3 years until he coerced me into giving him my address, and he started sending me flowers and expensive gifts. I was perplexed at first because he didn't want anything in exchange. I asked him why he never made a move, and he told me that he's so nervous around me, he can't even speak, let alone come in for a kiss. He texted me a few months ago and said he and his girlfriend broke up, so I invited him over for a cocktail. He came and we talked and had a good time. He said the alcohol relaxed him, so he wasn't as nervous. A few weeks after that, he was over to the house and we finally kissed and then ended up in my bed. He was very nervous and sweaty, so I took it easy on him. When he tried to talk sexy to me, it came out as a stutter. He started sweating bullets, so I kept on doing anything I could to let him know it was okay and I would take it easy on him. I took off my clothes and he couldn't get one word out without stuttering. It made for a long night, and he would not stop trying to talk while we were being intimate. I decided to tune him out so I could stay focused because it was bad. The sex wasn't bad. His sexy talk was bad. He put it down, and he's a great lover, but I need him to hush when we're doing it. This happened a few more times during intimacy. He talks fine any other time, so how do I help him relax before sex? Am I way too much for him? I don't think that you're necessarily way too much for him. I just think he's so into you, he gets really nervous. But, I also say that you have a man now that treats you well, dresses well, gives you expensive gifts. He's sexy, you say, and he's a great lover. These are all your words. But he stutters. And that's the only thing wrong with him. And he stutters, but he only does it during intimacy. I don't see that as such a huge problem. I mean, did you hear the part where you wrote that he gives you expensive gifts and he's sexy and a great lover and all that? I just think this man is so very nervous around you. He's been after you for 3 years, you say? He's been trying to pursue you, and now he's finally got you. He can't believe that he's actually with you. I mean, this means a whole lot to him. And he just gets too excited. That's what I think it is. I mean, that's a high compliment to you and the woman you are in his life. He really, really likes you. So I just say to you, give him time. Have some real conversations with him. Talk about, how you really feel. You both are grown. You're 62. He's 70. Throw a couple of cocktails in there like you did before. Relax him a bit. And let him get his nerves under control. I just say give him a chance. Be patient with him. He sounds like a really nice older gentleman. And you guys could be good together. Steve?
This is a perfect letter for me, because I am a former stutterer.
Right.
And I had a severe stutter. And just like this man, I didn't stutter all the time. I only stuttered outside my house and when I wasn't around my friends. Now, if I was around my friends, people that I knew and I was comfortable around, no stutter. I went to church, stutter. I went to school, stutter. Anytime I went to an event that I was out of my comfort zone, I stuttered. So this is a perfect letter for me.
Yes, it is.
I know exactly what's happening. I'm finna help you out. You're a 58-year-old, 62-year-old female, and you're in a relationship with a 7-year-old man that is sexy as heck. Got his suits on, everything. Salt and pepper beard that drives you crazy. And you say for years he pursued you, but he was in a relationship, so I didn't take him seriously. And you said most of our exchanges were over text for 3 years until he coerced me into giving him my address, and he started sending flowers and expensive gifts. I was perplexed at first because he didn't want anything in exchange. Yes, he did. What ladies, men don't do things for nothing. Everything we do is for a reason. What part of that don't you get? And you're too old to think a man is sending you flowers and gifts and doing wonderful things for you in Texas, and he don't want anything in exchange. Yes, he does. He just a grown man. He planting seeds. He putting seeds in the ground and covering them with dirt. He is planning on one day reaping a harvest from the seeds he's planted.
All right.
This is what grown men do. Unlike young boys who, as soon as they throw a seed in the ground, they want to pull the dirt back off of it and eat the seed and wonder why it ain't nothing to it. Well, because you didn't let it turn into nothing. And then you gave him the seed without allowing it to grow into nothing. Now you mad because he done ate the seed. Now he gone and the seed gone. And it's a hole in there.
Hold on.
Now he done left a hole in the dirt. Oh, I'm preaching today.
Oh, yes, you are. Amen. Amen.
You better hear me now.
All right, we'll have part 2 of Steve's sermon coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. The subject for today's Strawberry Letters, sexy and 70, but he stutters. We'll get back into it right after this. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
When it comes to advancing your education, you have more options than you think. At Rasmussen University, they find ways to remove barriers, not build them. Like a new laptop if you're eligible and enroll in select online or on-campus programs. That also means flexible and engaging online courses and resources, tuition savings options if you qualify, exceptional student support, and much more. Online nationally or check out their 20 campuses across 6 states. Start when you're ready and get support you need. Visit rasmussen.edu.
Why hasn't a woman formally participated in a Formula One race weekend in over a decade?
Think about how many skills they have to develop at such a young age.
What can we learn from all of the new F1 romance novels suddenly popping up every year?
He still smelled of podium champagne and expensive friction.
And how did a 2023 event called Wagageddon change the paddock forever?
That day is just seared into my memory.
I'm culture writer and F1 expert Lily Herman, and these are just a few of the questions I'm tackling on No Grip, a Formula One culture podcast that dives into the underexplored pockets of the sport. In each episode, a different guest and I will go deeper into the wacky mishaps, scandals, and sagas, both on the track and far away from it, that have made F1 a delightful, decadent dumpster fire for more than 75 years. Listen to No Grip on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Bailey Taylor, and this is It Girl. You may know me from my It Girl series